Welcome to MarcusG.TV. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is running. So I just finished Rich Roll. Rich Roll's book, Ultraman, and or Finding Ultra it's called. Really awesome book from somebody who was sedentary, alcoholic, overweight by 50 pounds. 40th birthday, decides it's hard for him to walk up the stairs and decides to change his life. Now in college, in high school, he was a swimmer. He was a very competitive swimmer, but hadn't done anything since college. And we're talking, he's almost 40 now, the night before his 40th birthday. And decides to make a change, and phenomenal book. Really phenomenal book. One of Time Magazine's top 25 athletes one year, top fittest men in the world. Really phenomenal story, and a superstar in the triathlon arena, endurance, long distance mileage and everything. Really awesome. So, his biggest tip in the book for recovery, because he talks about recovery, because there's really no such thing as, and Brendan Brazier, when I went to see Brendan Brazier speak, from the author of Thrive, I went to see him speak 2 weeks ago. He says there's no such thing as too much workouts. There's no such thing as a bad recovery. So Rich Roll's recovery was so important. This is towards the end of the book. The guy is basically, or what is, a vegan, whole foods, plant-based athlete. So his biggest thing for recovery was, get this, Jamie, diet. Diet is the biggest thing he says for recovery. Feeding your body a plant-based diet, high alkaline, anti-inflammatory diet. So plant-based, of course, when you eat plant-based foods, you can have plant-based junk foods. You can be a vegan that's eating junk food. All these processed foods, these fake meats, and all these chemicals and sugar, and a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to be a vegan. I don't want to look like that vegan. I don't want to be unhealthy like him, because there's different levels of veganism. There's different levels of plant-based diets. So Rich Roll and a lot of these endurance athletes are promoting diets that are around whole foods that are in their whole form. The least amount of cooking as possible, least amount of processing. You know, you cook rice, you cook beans, and some of these athletes are like, no, you don't even cook. You just eat raw fruits and veggies. You eat a ton of fruit. If you read 80-10-10, Douglas Graham, he's very fit and very active, and he talks about just eating raw, whole fruits supplemented by tender greens. But Rich Roll explains a high alkaline, plant-based whole foods diet, anti-inflammatory foods, gives your body a quicker time to recover. How can you recover when you're promoting an inflammatory diet? And even Brendan Brazier said the thing was like, a lot of athletes now know no milk, because milk is inflammatory, and it doesn't help with recovery. I know a lot of people that swear by, oh, I just ran 6 miles, I got to get chocolate milk, I got to get the protein and the milk and the calcium and I'm going to go get some chocolate milk. And I know runners that are so dead set on chocolate milk after they run. I'm like, oh my gosh, for years I've been saying, no, kick the milk. So that doesn't help you recover. And people said to me, Marcus, yesterday I went out and ran 27 miles, basically for the fun of it. My new running goal is to run a marathon a month. So I went out yesterday, and I actually got bit by a dog on mile 5.5, and I didn't know how much longer I was going to run, and I immediately was in the vicinity of where I knew where a nurse was, and she cleaned out the bite and put some gel on it and put some bandages on it for me, and I went out and kept running. I ended up running 27 miles at a 9:41 pace, and it was a lot of mountain running I did it on. So people say, Marcus, that's a lot of running, and then you run the next day and the next day and the next day. So I didn't rest today. I actually went out and ran 6 miles today. And people are like, well, that's a lot of running. How can you run a marathon and back to back like that? And I even posted, when I posted on my Strava, that, good sleep, an anti-inflammatory diet, and I'm recovered and I'm ready to go. When your body gets into a really good sleep is so important, and the 80-10-10 diet really stresses that, the book, how important sleep is for recovery. And in Rich Roll's book, when they're doing the Epic 5 Challenge, which is 5 triathlons, 5 days, 5 Hawaiian Islands, they decided to sleep in one day because they just needed to recover. They didn't want to get up at, 4 in the morning, because they were getting in at like 1 in the morning. They wanted to be able to, him and his buddy that were doing these triathlon challenges, they decided that sleep was the best thing for them to actually get back on gear. And he said that was one of the best choices they made in this challenge of these 5 triathlons in 5 days. They ended up doing it in 6 or 7 days because you know the sleep was so important. And they had to travel after they did each one. But today's point of the video is your diet makes a big difference on how fast you can recover from workout to workout. So there's no such thing as a bad workout. There's no such thing as a bad recovery. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. What do you do for a good recovery? And Rich Roll said that he's very adamant that you need, after working 3, 4, 5 weeks, you need to take a full week off. He said he never thought that was productive, and when he started training for bigger races, he said that's where he was able to build his endurance, and so that's where he was able to rest, and really, so taking a week off for him after going for 5, 6 weeks in a row was really beneficial. So I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. What do you do to recover? What's your diet like? What are some tips that you guys have? Thanks for watching this video. If you like my video, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and pass it on.